welcome to this episode of Team Focus. My name is Nolwazi Xulu, but you can also call me Laqulu. And here we are joined by Mahle Qawe, who's going to be telling us a lot about himself and his sporting code, which is boxing. Hi Mahle, welcome. Please do tell us about yourself.
Hi Lwazi, my name is Mahle Qawe and I am the PRO of boxing. I've been doing boxing for the past 2 years, which I've also been here in this institution. I do Bachelor of Commerce in Management Science with Marketing and Tourism Management. And I could also say that one of the reasons that I am part of the boxing team is because I'm very much into the combat sport. And I've been doing combat sports since I was quite young actually. But because I got to NWU and we didn't have any of my other combat sports, so I chose to try boxing, something different. And it has brought me a lot of enlightenment in other parts of the combat sporting code.
All right, yeah. That's beautiful. You mentioned that you're doing public relations for the sporting code as well, and you're also an athlete for boxing.
Yes.
All right, so that's really wonderful. Have you ever competed anywhere before?
A couple of times. I've actually went to the USAs before, and I have a couple of tournaments which I've went to this year as well. And I won't lie, boxing is not as easy as it might look in the television.
It seems so easy for me. Guys, it's just punching, right?
Really? No, I don't think so actually, because there's a lot of rules within the sport as well.
All right.
Because there are certain punches that you cannot throw. You cannot throw a backhand, and your punches have to be straight. You can't punch below the belt. You can't turn around within the ring. There's actually rules to the sport. So as much as it does look like just fighting, but it's not really just fighting. There's rules to it, so that means there's discipline, and there's actually a lot of training towards it.
That's beautiful. So you've been telling us about the boxing itself. Tell us about your experience being a public relations officer, because I see that it's so linked to what you're doing. You're doing marketing, right?
Yes,
you mentioned
yes,
marketing. Marketing has to do with public relations. And kudos to Northwest University for, how it gives the students an opportunity to experience themselves within their fields. So tell us, how is your experience within being a public relations officer?
Thank you very much, Nolwazi. Being part of the public relations team is actually quite an eye-opener within the marketing area as well, because it teaches you more about the advertising and promoting of something, which is also something that we do learn within marketing as well. So now I get to put it practically within my boxing. So now that position has given me an opportunity to actually practically implement everything that I do learn within the marketing sector of my course.
Okay, so as I was talking with you behind the screen, you mentioned boxing being peace. Combat sports is all about peace and not war. I mean, when I look at it from a glance, all I see is war. But amongst the people that are competing, there's peace. Tell me about that. I want to know that concept.
Have you seen how much love that actual combat sportsmen actually have for each other? As much as we might get into a fight and go into a fist-to-fist and hit each other and everything, but right after that fight, we will go and hug each other, we will greet each other. Because it's about the discipline. The peace behind it, there's peace within knowing that, you are able to fight, to defend yourself, and to defend people around you. That's where the peace comes into it. And there's the discipline part of it, which teaches you how to control yourself.
Wow.
We don't just, as boxers and MMA fighters and all these martial arts, we don't really do it to hurt people, but only to have the capability to defend yourself and to defend those close to you.
So you're using peace as a defense?
Yes, because the intent to create peace does initiate war.
There's a difference between passion and being good at something.
Yes.
Oftentimes passion has to do with, waking up to do this thing, no matter the circumstances or the challenges you come across. You're passionate about this thing, you're not leaving it anytime soon. And being good at something, even if you're tired, I'm like, just good at it, so I might as well just do it the next day or any coming day. So with boxing, for you, is it because you're passionate about it or you're just good at it?
Personally, I'm just good at boxing. I'm not the best at it, but at the same time, it's not something I'm passionate about. I wouldn't wake up on a Sunday or a Monday where I'm just really tired and I'm just not in the mood and want to go to boxing. But it's something that I'm good at.
Okay.
As I said, I'm not really the best, But there's also a difference between someone that's good at something and someone that's passionate about something.
Yeah.
You can be good at something and you can still beat the person that's passionate about it. Because you could be passionate about something
Yeah.
and you're just not good at it. So in boxing, we do have those mishaps in life.
Right. You said you're good at it, so
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that you can knock down anyone go boxing.
No. No, it's definitely
Yeah.
not that easy, because there's very good fighters in our team. Not just around NW or in
Yeah.
the boxing situation, but there's a lot of good people at it. And as I told you, I'm not the best.
Yeah.
So, but I've never been knocked out. That's one thing I know. I've never been knocked out. Been knocked down a couple of times, but I've never been knocked out.
So I was looking at the history of boxing
Sure.
in this university. I've seen how good they've been in the year 2018 and 2019. So does that put any pressure on you guys? And what are you guys doing currently in the year 2023, post-COVID? What are you doing to make yourself rise up from what they did back then?
As you're saying that we were very good in 2019 and 2018. Not just very good, we were actually the best, because we were number one in the USAs 2018 and 2019.
Yeah.
It even got to a point that when we went to the USAs last year, we were actually a threat.
Ooh.
But unfortunately,
W.
boxing had went down from late 2019, 2020, and 2021 because of the COVID,
Oh,
because of
yeah.
the pandemic. So we didn't really have much boxers. So the boxers that recently came in to boxing, they were all new boxers. So we actually got a beating within last year's USAs.
Yeah.
But the progress that I've seen from that first fight that we had as boxers to now is actually impeccable. I don't want to lie. So there's a lot of boxers that I'm just hoping that everyone is going to be looking out for. Very good boxers, and those that are going to be getting us medals this year in the USAs, there are a couple of those too. So everyone that would like to keep on checking on the USAs, on our boxers within the school, we are on Instagram, we are on TikTok as well. So you can check out the progress within over there. We have our daily gym videos over there and some of the tournaments that we go to.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I would like to say that there's a lot coming in.
Yeah.
And there's a lot.
Would you encourage someone to do boxing?
If I encourage someone to do boxing,
Yeah.
that's when the passion and good comes into play.
Yeah.
Because you can do boxing, but most of the time what happens with most new boxers is that after the first fight, they all
lose-
leave.
they lose the passion,
Yeah, because once you get there, you realize that when you're in the ring, it's totally different.
I was shy.
They act, I was shy. Trust me on that.
Yeah.
So most of the time, people
Yeah.
lose the drive to come to
No,
boxing
yeah.
after that. So if you actually want to do boxing, it should be something that you truly want to do and should be passionate, or should be just be good at it. So I would like to say that I would say people should come, but if you don't like getting hit, don't come.
So boxing is about peace. That's what you mentioned.
Yes, I did
You've
say that.
changed my perception there. I used to view it as violence, war for war, but you mentioned it's peace, and you've
love.
changed
Yeah.
the narrative of it, and that's how I would want the whole of us in the world to view boxing like that. So
Yeah.
if we could approach things in peace, and yeah, that is it for our episode on Team Focus. My name is Nwazi Tulu. It's goodbye for now.